This is the Glowforge Aura, the brand new craft laser from Glowforge. In this video, I am going to cover everything you need to know about this brand new machine. We're going to talk about what it can do, what it can cut, and if this machine is right for your craft room. Let's get into it. Hey, I'm Sarah. You're watching Creative Ramblings, where I share simple craft tutorials and product reviews. Today's video is about the newest diode laser on the scene, the Glowforge Aura. We have talked about lasers before on this channel and how they can fit into your craft room. Lasers are a great step up from a traditional cutting machine, and in many cases, they make crafting so much quicker. Today, we're talking about the Aura specifically, and I'm going to let you know what makes this particular machine stand out above the rest. So this laser, let's take a look at the outside of it first here. This is a fully enclosed machine. It's quite small compared to some of the other lasers we've looked at, but that doesn't mean it has limited capabilities. There's a lot you can do with it. I love that it is fully enclosed. The lid lifts up like this. This means it is safe. When you have an open laser, you really have to be careful about how you're using it and who's in the room. This enclosure really helps up the safety on this machine. There is a hose coming out of the back of this machine, which can be vented out a window. I am not by a window. I have it hooked up to the personal air filter. This has a filter built into it. It's really sleek and fits well right next to my machine. It filters out 99.9% of the particles that otherwise would be put into the air. When we open up the machine here, there is a laser head that runs on an axis, and it runs up and down. There is a honeycomb base that comes with your machine. This is really nice for cutting. It allows airflow underneath and allows some of the particles to fall underneath as well. The machine can hold a little bit larger than a 12 by 12 piece of material when you place it into the machine. It also comes with pass-through slots. This allows you to cut much larger pieces of material in continuous cuts. The laser head, this is how it comes when you get this in the box. This is almost fully assembled and it just goes right on here with some magnets. It is really easy to assemble. One of the things I love about the Aura is this camera right here. Aura Vision is going to allow me to see exactly what's in my machine when I close this lid. When the machine's on and I close the lid, I'm able to see on the software exactly what my material is and what I'm making. This makes the process so much easier. So let's talk about what the Aura can cut. One of the things I love about Glowforge is that they provide their own proof grade materials. These are materials that are guaranteed to work with the Aura. This is an example of the basswood. Couple things to note here. It's about 12 by 12, so it's going to fit nicely right inside the machine. And it has this little QR code on the end here. So when I put this in my machine, that camera right there is going to scan the QR code. And when I go over to my software, it's going to know exactly what the material is, setting the cut and engrave settings for me. Now, I am able to manually set some of these settings if I want to cut or engrave different materials, because you can cut non-Glowforge materials. However, the proof grades really take the guesswork out of all these projects. All of the proof grade materials come masked. Masking is literally just masking tape on the front and back of the materials. When you're cutting with a laser, specifically wood, you can get some charring around it. That'll go around the outside, and when you're engraving, you can get some charring, where it almost looks like burned wood. When you add a mask over the top of that, you're going to eliminate that charring. So when you pull off the mask at the end of a project, you're going to have incredibly clean cut lines and clean engraving. The Aura can cut hundreds of different materials, all different types of wood, acrylic, leather, draft board, paper, tons of different materials. There is a full list you can find on the Aura information page down in the description. One of the really neat things about this is Glowforge has come up with a proprietary new material that is a laser-safe iron-on. This eco heat transfer vinyl alternative is safe to use with a laser. Now, if you were to put regular iron-on or vinyl into a laser, it can be incredibly dangerous. We don't want to do that. But we can use this, which means I can place a sheet of this into my Aura. I can design something for a shirt or a tote bag, and when I pull it off, it is so easy to then just place on my shirt and iron on. So those are the specs that you need to know about this machine. When you get the Aura, you can get it out of the box and have your first project done in 30 minutes. It is almost completely assembled for you, and the setup and connection is super easy. So this has a cord that plugs into the wall, but there are no other cords on this machine. The connection to your app, to your tablet, or to your computer is all via Wi-Fi. That is a huge plus for me. Some of the lasers that I have tried before must be connected with a USB, which is a little limiting depending on where you're putting them and what type of device you have. The Wi-Fi connection means you can use this anywhere. Let's create a project. I'm going to open Glowforge Print web app, which is always free and makes printing a snap. This is available on any internet-ready device. Now in this screen, I actually have a picture of the honeycomb base of my Aura. Up here, I can add some graphics. So I'm just going to add a little pumpkin. Now with Glowforge Premium, you have access to way more creative tools, including thousands of free designs, unlimited storage, AI-assisted design, magic canvas, all kinds of things. Be sure to check out the link in the description that walks through the difference between premium and the free software. So now that the pumpkin is up on the screen, I'm going to go back to my Aura and I'm going to place material in the machine. So I am using this orange acrylic. It's masked on both sides. I'm just going to place it in there with the QR code up. Then when I close the lid, in my software, I will see a picture of my material. With the material on the screen, you could see in the left that I have the orange acrylic selected. So when I click on the pumpkin right underneath that material setting, it'll give me a couple options to cut, engrave, or score. The options available will be different depending on what material you have in the machine. I want to make sure that I cut out this pumpkin. Now I want to duplicate it because I'm making two. We're going to turn these into a set of cute little earrings. So I can drag the corners to resize it, or there is a ruler tool down in the bottom left that I can choose a specific measurement. I'm going to move these pumpkins around, make sure that they are in the right place on the sheet. I'm going to choose the top corner so I can save the rest of the sheet of acrylic and cut it with a different project. With everything set, I'm going to hit print in the upper right-hand corner. It's going to prepare it, get me in line, and send it over to my machine. A couple things to note, if you have the air filter hooked up, it will turn on automatically once the machine starts running. When I see magic time, I head over to my Aura and push the flashing light to start the print. This was an incredibly easy project to make. I'm almost done. I'm just going to pull the masking off and use some super glue to attach some earring backs. And I have some adorable pumpkin earrings. You can choose to create a project like this using graphics that are available. You can also browse through the catalog and find ready-to-print designs that you want to make. You can also import your own designs. The creative possibilities are endless here. So let's talk about price. The Glowforge Aura comes in at $11.99. That includes the machine, access to their software, and the vent hose on the back here. The additional air filter is $3.99, which allows you to set this up anywhere you want. You don't need a window. We looked at the Glowforge software. There is a free version. You can absolutely use this with the free version of the software, but Glowforge Premium is going to give you access to all of those extras that we talked about. the additional tools, the AI capabilities, all of the different graphics, and thousands of designs in the catalog that are yours for free with the premium membership. There's a link down in the description to more details on the premium Glowforge membership. It'll help you figure out if that's going to be right for you. The Glowforge is initially available at Joann and Michael's stores. You can find a link down in the description with more details on how you can get your hands on a Glowforge Aura. So, how does this stack up with some of the other lasers that we've talked about? We have covered the full gamut of diode lasers on this channel. We have started with your most basic $250 laser all the way on up. I try to focus on lasers that are specific for your craft room, things that you can use inside that are going to help you advance the projects that you're already working on. The Glowforge Aura has some amazing capabilities. I love how small and compact it is. This fits on these Alex drawers really nicely, and with the air filter, I don't have to have this next to a window. For my craft room, which isn't that big and already has so much stuff in it, I love the size of this. The Glowforge software, both the free and the premium versions, is amazing. I love their proprietary software. They put a lot of time and thought into creating it so that your projects are incredibly easy to make. It takes out so much of the guesswork. You choose a product from the catalog and it's ready to go. If you are ready to add a laser to your craft room, definitely check out the Glowforge Aura. I hope this video helped you understand what this can do and how it can add value to your craft room. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I am here every week with new videos covering simple craft tutorials and product reviews. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.